This is Joe again. So here I'm going to be doing a review of this Airhawk Pro automatic cordless tire inflator. You know, I saw this on an infomercial and it seemed a little too good to be true. It actually has a pressure gauge built in too, which is something I've been looking for, a reliable one. So I'll open this box up, we'll charge it up, and we'll see what it can do. So I've opened the box and taken some of the plastics off just so you can see what you get here. So here's kind of the gun-shaped air inflator, the AC adapter, the battery. This looks like a battery and car charger adapter, which is cool if you're in the car and it's dead. And the inflator extender, and we also have some new tips there for alternate shapes. So I'm going to put this together, charge it up, and we'll see what it can do. Okay, so here's my initial response with this thing. This tip looks pretty well constructed. There's metal threads in there and it looks like it's built for the long haul. This part that screws into the body was kind of cheap and the threads don't look very good, but I followed the instructions and got it screwed on there correctly, and it looks like there's no leaks. There's actually like a rubber fitting inside there that keeps it from leaking. The battery was fully charged in only about 30 minutes. I'm assuming that's because it came with some sort of charge on it. It said it could take as much as 3 hours to charge. So here's kind of the first look. What you do, see if I can focus here, is press this power button to bring up the digital readout. There it is. And then you press up or down to dial in the PSI you want. Let's say for a bicycle, my bicycle says it should be, you know, between 50 and 60 PSI. So I put it on 60, screwed this in, and once you screw it in and you've got your PSI dialed in, you pull the trigger and it will actually stop automatically once it's at that PSI. I think you might have seen this at some of the nicer air filling stations that are more up to date at the gas stations, but that part of it actually works really well. So the big question mark is probably this cheapo battery that it comes with, how long this will last before it dies. So it's cool if you want to maybe just throw it in the trunk of your car, and if your tire's low and you're in the middle of nowhere, or if you get a flat because you run over a screw or something and you happen to have a can of Fix-A-Flat. Oftentimes the Fix-A-Flat doesn't have enough air in it to really get your tire enough air to get off the ground if you have to go 10, 20 miles to a gas station or somewhere where you can get it repaired. So this is probably great to have in the trunk if it keeps its charge, and if you got a can of Fix-A-Flat, that would probably be a good combo to prevent you ever from getting stuck, if your tire did blow out or get a screw in it. It does come with that other piece that plugs into the car's cigarette lighter, so I guess you could keep this in the car, and even if it's dead, you can plug it into the cigarette lighter. That's probably why it's designed to have that other attachment, because they're straight up telling you that the battery doesn't last very long. But if you keep it in the garage and you charge it before you go on a road trip, or you have it for your bicycles, or I've got ATV and stuff, looks like a pretty good item. So if I were to rate this from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10, because it does do what it's supposed to do, but some parts are pretty cheap. Like you can tell the threads here are just kind of bending already when I tightened that up. So there is a Craftsman version of this that's the 19.2 volt battery pack, which is actually great because I actually have the other Craftsman power tools that uses the 19.2, but that one's significantly more expensive than this one. I think this one was only like, I don't know, $65, $70 with shipping, brand new. So this is probably the best deal if you don't mind charging it all the time, and some shoddy quality right there. If you want to step up to the Craftsman, that's probably better. But No, it's pretty good. So that's my review of the Airhawk Pro. Have a good day.